So yesterday and today have been a little hard for me. Today I was just impatient and just make something happen. Sure. And then yesterday price just ranged out and the move wasn't until 1, 2 o'clock or three, something like that. And it's just we took our setups we thought we should and they just didn't work. It ended up negative 100 yesterday, basically break even. And then but today I did about a grand per account. Still positive, but for the week. But man, I don't like that. Now I've seen traders go 10, 15, 20 grand per account in the hole on days like this. So I count my blessings. But what this really has done for me is well, I've already gotten messages from people saying like, "Suck, you don't know what you're fucking doing," blah blah blah. And it's like, all right, well, I'm not even gonna attempt to defend myself against people. Me, I look at losses as a lesson, right? And I go back and I spend a significant amount of time on every loss. Probably I spend way more time on figuring out losses than I do wins. And what does that do for me or for if you do the same thing? That's going to give you really good advantage over everyone else, and because you're figuring out what went wrong. What did you do? What mistakes did you make? Because the market's not wrong. It's not. The market isn't fucked. Markets. You fucked up. You messed up. That's what happened. It's your fault. There's no one else to blame. And the second that people start to understand that, better off they're going to be, right? Now, I mean, if you look at today, we didn't break our lower range, but we did bounce off yesterday's range. And in hindsight, yeah, okay, cool. We did get trend breaks down, and it was just a bad day for trading. Nothing. Okay? But what did it make me do? It made me go back and look and go, hell can I do better? How can I avoid days like this? So I go back to my tools. What can my tools do for me to give me even more of an edge to figure out what's going on? This is what I come up with. Notice 1 minute time frame, session setting, New York. This line stayed straight across the whole day. It never came down. It never broke the opening upper bottom. This is a 15-minute orb. Never broke it. Never. I don't even think it broke the 5 minute. It may have, but I don't want to use the 5 minute. Never even broke it. Look at the previous day. It broke it. Broke it right here at 1:44 p.m. It dropped out of the orb. Right. Then it came up and retested, and here's your entry right here. So something along the lines of like this. So depending on what you're using for a stop loss or whatever, you got a really good risk reward. If you use the beacon line, you got around a 12. If you use the zone, you got around a 6. Right? Pretty decent trade. But how do we get into these? And then I go and then I look and I'm like, okay, look, it left it right here. So how can and when this thing leaves the orb, I'm like, man, it's never comes back. Look, it left it right here and it never went back up in there. It left it right here and it's arranging, but it went up and stayed up. So left it right here, it went up and then it just, crashed. So I'm like, how can I figure out? And look at this day. It didn't go down till the end, till the next morning. This day it did, it left it right here. See? So what am I going to do from now on? Well, I've created a screener chart because unlike some people who think that losses don't happen, who are very naive in what's going on, expect people to be 100% all the time. It's just unreal, man. It's unreal. That's why that's why I tell you that's hell. That's why our video when you join says you could lose, right? Like it happens. It does happen. Have a positive profit expectancy so you can be profitable even when you lose trades. So here's the screener chart. What is this doing for me? Well, got NQ, I've got ES, YM, gold, oil, E bonds, could add more, whatever. This is just a start. In the morning, I'm not going to do a damn thing till this line leaves the opening range breaks. I'm not doing nothing. And the first one that does leave, I'm going to go and I'm going to set up some alerts to wait for the pullbacks to get into the trade. How does that work? Here's one right here. Here's an example. It's what we could have done yesterday instead of practically me waste the whole day. Is I'm going to draw that line there and then I'm going to switch to a 5-minute time frame. When my beacon line turns red, I'm going to short the fucking. I'm going to target the bottom. Or I'm going to do a 2-to-1. Something along those lines. So there's the beacon line being used as a stop. First. So if we want a 2-to-1, need to come right there. So there's 5 micros, 2-to-1. Right. So the next one, what about the next day? We'll go back. Try this again, right? 1 minute time frame. Okay, here we go. Minute time frame right there. Back to our 5 for tree. What do we wait? Wait for a pullback. In beacon line turns green right here. Bye. Big profit at the beacon line or the top or whatever. I always do the beacon line on the longs because it's been screwed so many times. But there you go. Then the other day, this day right here, we're going to go to 1 minute. Right. Stay right here. Yeah, it is. Okay. All right. So we had our line cross down outside of the orb right there. Go to our 5-minute. We're going to wait for our beacon line. Now, you have to still use did the car take the car analogy, right? Did this car, this is a top, take a car? Yeah, it did. Here's the swing top. Okay. Plus it went outside of the zone and came down. So we gotta use a little bit of common sense here. But it's not the same zone, is it? No, it's just the same setup, exact setup as that one. So here you go. Turned red. Boom. Now we're doing one of these numbers right here. Go to the beacon or to the bottom of the candle, whatever. Shorts usually do sweep those, but not always. So there you go. That's your win. And then we're going to go to 1 minute again. Right here. Hit left. Going to mark it right there. Right. We go to our 5-minute candle. Okay, so had to edit out because for some reason the internet just stopped us or played us. So what are we looking for? Okay, it's not this one. We're this one right here. So I'm gonna go to to our 5-minute time frame. So this is where it left in the 1 minute right there. Right? See that? Onto a 5-minute time frame. And where do we want to get in? Okay, so if we look turned green right here on the beacon line. But guess what? Did this car take a car? No, it didn't. So you're gonna wait. You just wait. You wait until a car takes a car, right? That's my analogy. Came down and look at this is shark fins. These are liquidity grabs, up and bottom. They're just grabbing to push price. When you see that, be happy because that means something's about to happen. Anyways, so the bottom, it, it turns green, right? Did this take a car? Oh yeah, it did. It took this car right here. This car took this car. Car took the car, right? Move. I want to move you. No, let me. So that would be a good, decent entry, right? So we would enter on this. Okay. Then our green. There's our green. And then where we take profit. Well, I don't really like this risk to reward. The beacon line is right there, so it is more than a 1-to-1. But my experience, these middle lines always get snapped. Whatever it is about it, especially in the middle of sessions. So let's see. There you go. And then it just so on and so on. So that is my game plan. That is what happened today. That is the result of me losing my ass today. Because I went back and I spent the time, because I spend a lot of time on my losers to figure out what went wrong and what I can do to mitigate that from happening. And there's so many lessons learned. Believe me, there's been so many lessons learned about these losers. And there's so many lessons that have helped guide me into being a better trader. Anyways, this is my answer to what happened today. And I didn't leave session angry. I just saw that we weren't going to get a trade. And from now on, if this doesn't leave the orb, I'm just not interested. And I'm going to be screening them all. And the first one that does it, that's the one I'm taking. This helps.